The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com. Well, it's that time again for another episode of the Mr. Nailsin Show. And it's been a while since I visited with Pat on my own podcast and thought, let's do that again. So here's Pat. Hi, Pat.
Hi.
So, what else are we going to do? We're going to talk about criminals. Yes, criminals. And right off the bat, our first contestant, man who played soccer with victim's head in public park after stabbing him 84 times, decapitating him. Yes, of course. He got convicted. There he is.
Huh.
Wow. So a jury in New Mexico convicted a 28-year-old man for stabbing a victim 84 times, decapitating him, and then proceeding to play soccer with the head.
With that, I'm sorry, but you gotta hand it to the headline writers for squeezing so much into it, because it's so much.
Yes. It's the 84 times, the decapitation, and then the real, what it was, the cherry on top, played soccer with the head.
Just by himself, though? It's tough to get.
It sounds like it. Yeah, I don't know.
Who's in?
Yeah, come on, guys. Go!
Because you can't really play a lot of soccer. You can't do that kicking the ball up in the air over and over again thing. All those,
right.
Popping it off your own head. There's just not a lot of. It's like non-vulcanized rubber. It doesn't bounce.
Is that what he was doing? No. Like he's juggling the head with his feet.
Yeah.
He's got talent. Joe Arsenega Sands, I guess, was found guilty of first-degree murder in the death of 51-year-old James Garcia. The vicious attack occurred on June 20th, 2021 at Apodaca Park in Las Cruces, which is located in southern New Mexico, some 45 miles north of El Paso, Texas. The Donna Ana District Attorney's Office said in a press release that the case was delayed by challenges over Sands' competency. Well, geez, he was competent enough to be able to play soccer with the head.
Yeah, but that's different from standing trial, I guess. He might not have been fully competent to assist in his own defense.
He just kept saying, okay. So Arsenega Sands was homeless and reportedly living in the park. So this guy was barging into his home where the murder occurred. He used a switchblade to carry out the attack and also severed Garcia's middle finger.
So I think we know how this thing started.
Man, fuck you. Despite lengthy challenges, we remain steadfast in our pursuit of justice for those affected, said District Attorney Fernando Macias. The condolences to the family, all that good stuff. He praised the work of law enforcement. You guys did a good job collecting that head. According to a probable cause affidavit, Arsenega Sands owned up to the murder as retaliation to Garcia, allegedly raping his wife 4 years ago.
Why just stew for so long?
It's it took him a while to come up with the perfect way to get revenge,
Justice delayed is justice denied.
If I can just get him out here in the park where I can play soccer with his head. The defendant told police that the three of them were hanging out together days prior to the murder when he and his wife fell asleep. Arsenega Sands went on to tell officers that when he woke up, Garcia had left and stolen all of their belongings. The defendant then allegedly said he confronted Garcia at the park, took a switchblade from him, stabbed him to death, decapitated him, and then played soccer with his head because, it was there. He allegedly admitted to kicking the victim's head toward 14 separate vehicles.
Is that how you play soccer?
I didn't think so. I didn't think
vehicle soccer.
Yes. I guess he didn't have a goalpost, so it's.
Why would they? Why is that even a thing? Like toward 14 separate vehicles?
I guess he would set it up, kick it, and I guess there were like bloody head prints all over the car.
We just said toward. It didn't say into. Just like in the direction
Oh,
of.
toward, yeah.
Don't
It had to have hit
head
the
toward
cars.
my car.
Yeah.
14 separate vehicles.
I mean, they have a specific count, so I'm guessing the head
Oh.
left some bloody smears on those cars.
As opposed to those vehicles that are 14 combined vehicles.
Yeah. He became an immediate suspect in the killing after officers who responded to reports of a body lying on the ground allegedly found him with significant bloodstains on his clothes and saw a bloody knife stuck in the ground near where he was seated. That was.
Well, again, follow those clues, guys. A clue.
Wow. I think this is the guy. All right, let's take a look.
Hey, have you seen anybody around here?
Well, all I know is he was playing soccer with the head, but I didn't see him cut it off.
Technically, not a crime. Play soccer with a head.
I guess it could be abuse of the corpse.
Just the head.
Yeah. Well, the defendant in the Garcia case.
You know what, Doug? It's a gray area.
The defendant in the Garcia killing has previously dodged a murder charge. Arsenega Sands was originally the lead suspect in the 2017 shooting of 21-year-old Benjamin Isaac Montoya. The once and future murder defendant allegedly got into a fight with Montoya at a hotel in Las Cruces, leading to the victim being fatally shot in the chest. The murder weapon was never found. However, the prosecutors dropped charges in 2018. It's unclear if Arsenega Sands remains a suspect in the case. I guess
they
just
say he dodged it.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
bring the case because they couldn't find the weapon.
I mean, like, how suspected was he? I mean,
I
like,
know.
if he dodged it, they couldn't make the case. So
I mean, this was at a hotel, so were there witnesses saying, "Hey, that was Arsenega Sands"?
I mean, chances are this guy's a killer.
Yeah, I think so. He plays soccer with heads.
I think he got a little cocky here.
Yeah.
Hey, I got away with it once. What's it take to get caught? I'm going to do him a murder like they never seen before.
Yeah, you're going to remember me. I just got angry, Montoya's sister, Crystal Montoya, told El Paso Fox affiliate K-Fox. At the time of Arsenega Sands' arrest, I stared at my phone and at the floor and got angry. This is the first time those memories have been unceremoniously dragged up. Arsenega Sands was the subject of media scrutiny a month before the Garcia murder after being accused of throwing rocks at businesses in the Mesquite Historic District of Las Cruces.
Yeah, that's comparable.
Something tells me this guy is going to be involved in a decapitation. At first, I read it and I was like, oh, God, there is another one, Montoya told the outlet. When the name was said, I was like, that name sounds very familiar. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. They got him now, Pat. He was kicking the head around and
Look at him. He's like, vote for Pedro.
pretty much what he looks like.
What a nice park.
It is. It's really nice and lovely. It's clean, everything, but they didn't have that bloody head rolling around. You don't want to see that.
It's now known as Bloody Head Park.
Yeah, you can't say I didn't leave my mark, Holmes.
I mean, heads, not only they're not bounce, they're like pretty heavy.
So he really had to. That's part of the skill he has, I guess. That he was bouncing it around on his feet.
I can kick it towards vehicles.
Bouncing it off car doors.
As many as 14 of them.
Yes.
What a hellscape this fucking world is,
Holy shit. Yeah, you're not kidding.
Read about some of the shit that happened in like the Middle Ages or something.
Yeah.
Wow. Things were really fucked up back then.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's still going.
Yeah.
We're the same people.
Some things never change, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. A lot of times it's like we're kind of the weirdos that the calm society that we've had, the idea of civilization we've had in the West. But the real world is out there overseas and whatnot, and all that dog eat dog savagery. That's why you shouldn't let it in.
Yeah.
That's why you end up with, decapitated head soccer.
I mean, at least look through the peephole, and see what do you want.
Yeah.
I saw something from some other shithole country the other day. Just one of those quick videos that when you're just scrolling, just video.
Right, right.
And it was this short video of this guy who was standing in the middle of a public area and he was pissing. I mean, like there's no, he's as in the middle of it as you can be, totally wide open. He's wearing a pair of shorts, I guess. Shorts or pants, it doesn't really matter, but it's sweatpants or something. But
Yeah.
he had his pants were down over, like coming down off his ass, kind of. He was pissing into his hand and then using piss to wash his ass.
Oh, God. Jeez. Hey, you learn a lot.
No one batting an eye.
No, it's standard. Well, it's something you see every day.
Yeah, bring them over.
Don't you wash your ass with your piss?
In the middle of the fucking
Yeah. Well,
public square.
he had a dirty ass emergency.
Expect them to fucking act right over here.
I know. They'll fit right in.
I've seen it before. I've seen fuckers in New York. There was some totally nude brown motherfucker washing his clothes in the gutter.
Well,
Like
he couldn't wear them while he's washing them.
like it's India.
Well,
Just like, well, so what? That's what one does. Hey, it is a melting pot after all. Chris, you're tired, you're naked, you're disgusting.
you're you're washing your ass with piss.
You're a rapist,
Yeah.
yearning to, I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever.
yearning to rape and shit.
Rape and shit. Yearning to play soccer with a head.
What the decapitate?
I'm not saying I've never wanted to do that, but shit.
And look, we still don't know if the guy did rape his wife or girlfriend or whatever it was.
Still don't know.
We don't know. So
I was just trying to get back at him for that. Did you report it? No.
Yeah, I know. I took care of it myself.
But then he stole all my shit.
Yeah.
Now, you rape my wife, that's one thing. You steal our shit? All right. That's the last straw. Why are you still hanging out with this guy after you raped your wife?
So I stole his knife and I used it.
I mean, damn. Rape my wife, that's it. I'm not falling asleep while you're around.
What the hell?
He's like, first you rape my wife, man. Then 4 years later, I go to sleep. I wake up and you took our shit.
Like, no more from you.
Look, okay, you get 2 chances with me.
And then you're the soccer ball.
At least soccer is a sport where you don't have to put your hands on the head.
Yeah, it's not allowed. You can't use your hands against the rules.
Not too many other things you could do with it. Football, it doesn't work. You could play, I guess bowling.
Yeah, he could have done that.
Be a sport that you could do.
The bloody streak down the aisle.
There's 3, holes there. You can kind of.
Oh my God.
Your thumb in the mouth and the 2 in the nose.
Oh God. Jays, it's not going to roll perfectly, but anyway.
I doubt it kicked perfectly either.
Judge rejects demand from Instagram model accused in pink cocaine-fueled deadly crash to get her iPhone back. That's a shame because her whole life is on that phone,
Yeah.
So there she is. So Florida court ruled Thursday that an Instagram model charged with killing two men in a goddamn killed two men in a fatal crash won't get her two iPads and iPhone back because they have evidentiary value. Prosecutors in Miami-Dade County are working on breaking through the phone's password protection, and they want to see if the devices have any evidence on 24-year-old Macy Lathers' whereabouts earlier on August 10th, 2024.
Somehow her parents knew when she was born that she would be an Instagram model and named
Yes.
her Macy Lathers. Macy Lather.
You're going to be a butt model.
Look at that fucking
It's just whore written all over.
great dress. Looks like it's supposed to be worn with a bathing suit under it or something, right?
Yeah, I think so.
God,
It's not much of a dress at all. It's just a shredded green piece of shit.
that's nice. I mean,
So,
it's not my type of chick exactly.
yeah, I mean, she's young. She's got that going for her.
Yeah, and my
But,
car is pretty fucked up. Is that her car?
that's her car, I think. Yeah, the SAV Macy.
How did anybody else die?
She killed two guys. So my guess is she was streaming while driving back.
Ah, don't stream and drive.
Don't do that. If you're gonna stream in your car, you're gonna have to pull over and do that.
Yeah, and even then,
Yes. So authorities have said she was behind the wheel of a Mercedes at around 7 a.m. that day while high on pink cocaine. All right. She allegedly ran a red light, crashing into a Suzuki. The crash killed Abraham Molina and his friend Jesus Rubio and injured Molina's fiancee, Juanita Hernandez, while the victims were on their way to work. Minutes later, Lathers told cops that she was from the future. A third vehicle, a Range Rover, was also in.
that works all the time.
Yes.
It's
I'm from-
okay, officers. I'm from the future.
Yes. You don't have any jurisdiction over me because I technically don't exist yet.
Where you coming from? The future. Where you headed?
The future.
The present?
Yes. I'm visiting the present. Prosecutors want to keep her electronic devices in light of these substance related allegations in her vehicular manslaughter case. So they have a video, but I don't think it's going to let me
Look at
play
that.
it.
It's not very clear skin there for a
Yeah, I know. She's got to pile on the makeup crap, And when that's off, well, you see the acne damage, I don't know, I guess that's like a mole, looks like.
Yeah, she looks like a druggie.
Oh, yes.
That's where all that comes from, yeah.
I could have sworn I've seen her, at my place of work.
I think you're going to say frequently on my phone.
Yeah, possibly. Body cam video showed Lathers vomiting in the street after the crash, at one point screaming and then telling officers, "My name is Mercedes." Of course, it's not. In the video, the cops could then be heard saying that Lathers had acknowledged being on the ketamine-based party drug Tussie or Tussie, or Tussie, otherwise known as pink cocaine.
I'd like to get some of that.
Awesome.
You think you're from the fucking future.
Yeah. That's what they got in the future. Pink cocaine.
Damn.
Awesome. Amazing. A male officer at the scene replied, "Are you on drugs?" Authorities claim Lathers had no license and accelerated at 100% from 57 miles per hour to 78 miles per hour, which she calls the deadly crash. Prosecutors previously sought and obtained pretrial detainment. The court saw Lathers as extremely dangerous. She remains in jail.
Very
So,
dangerous. Very
yes.
dangerous individual.
So, damn it. No more OnlyFans from Lathers.
What does she do in her OnlyFans? God knows.
But she shows her butthole. That's usually what they do.
It seems like butthole is like sort of the only fans is where you go to show your butthole.
Once your butthole seen, sign up at OnlyFans.
It's somehow they found a way to cheapen the butthole.
I know.
Should be special.
I know, shouldn't it?
You should just get a glimpse of it, just get a
Right.
glimpse when her legs are sort of pulled back a certain way.
Right. A
Like,
brief
hey,
little spot. Yeah.
a
That's
little
supposed
bit.
to be special. That's something you share with your special
Like
someone.
that's inviting, like that. Like if just like legs rock back a little bit, like oh, that's her ass, oh, yeah. But not
Yeah.
like fucking what chick spreading it out. You're just like, oh, fuck you, bitch.
Spreading it out, grabbing her cheeks,
I don't
pulling
want
them.
to. I don't want to see. That's not the way I want to see that. You
This
might
is,
eventually get to something like that, but
yeah. Yeah. But when it's just all up front like that,
uh,
yeah,
I don't. I don't
you're
think
a butthole.
it is. It's kind of aggressive. Give me money,
Give me money. Here's my butthole. All
mercenary.
right, then. And look what it led her to. Butthole modeling leads to death.
It's the foot in the door crime or what did
Yeah,
it call it?
uh the gateway
Gateway.
crime. Yeah,
The
gateway crime. You start showing your butthole, next thing you know, you're a murderer.
I think one leads to the other. It's just one kind of whole picture here. A chick on ketamine shows her
Yeah, the
butthole,
ketamine.
kills guys while on pink cocaine, thinks she's from the future. She's just an all around piece of shit.
Yes. Macy Lather. I mean, her future was preordained. Thanks, mom and dad. Again, that might be her stage name for the stage of OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe her
So,
real name is Mercedes. They probably said it at some point. We were too busy talking butthole.
my name is Mercedes Butthole.
Mercedes Butthole. Great OnlyFans name.
Yes, that would be really good. It gets right to the point. You know what to expect. Odor of death led police to decomposing body of missing woman stuffed in car trunk. So from this image, I'm guessing she's the deceased victim and he's the perpetrator. He's just an officer. All right. A Texas man was found guilty of tampering with evidence by concealing the corpse of a mother of 4 children. But her cause of death is still unknown. Angela Mitchell, 24, was reported missing by her mother on May 6th, when she didn't arrive to pick up her baby. Days later, after her loved ones used the Find My Friends app. I was unaware of this. Apparently, you can use that to find me. To track down her phone, they discovered that her last ping was at the address of Christopher Lee Maldonado, now 49. Her car, according to a press release from the Galveston County District Attorney's Office, was found on May 11th, surrounded by flies and giving off an odor of death. Inside the trunk was the decomposing body of the missing mom.
So yeah, that odor of decomposing death is like God's Find Your Friends app.
Yes. Here, look, you need to look at this. And the flies are like, hey, over here.
Yeah.
So, according to the release, authorities confirmed that Mitchell was a sex worker whose most recent and final client was Maldonado.
And final client.
It's the
Let's hope
final
so.
client.
And like, he could have pimped her out a few times afterwards. We don't know.
I guess that would be the title of the Lifetime movie, Final Client.
Discount pussy.
Disc.
It's
Oh
like
my God.
if he pimped her out, like after she was dead. It's like that meat that you see at the store that's like, buy it today or we're throwing it away.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Deeply discounted.
Yes. Discount meat. She was reportedly at his home on May 5th, 2022, and never heard from again, based on evidence from both Mitchell's and Maldonado's cell phones shown to the jury during the trial. Also presented in court, according to the district attorney, was a line of communication between Maldonado and an acquaintance named Mike Medina. Medina testified that Maldonado had texted him on the night of May 5th, 2022, to offer him $200 to move the car where Mitchell's body had been stored. Medina stated that he did not known, yeah, got that wrong, did not know that Mitchell's body was in the trunk. He also testified, I guess, the stench hadn't set in just yet.
Yeah.
So he also testified that he asked a couple of teenagers to move the car for him. One of those teenagers offered another friend quick cash to help move the car. And that
Wow,
friend,
how many middlemen is this going
I
to go
know
through?
this keeps getting delegated further, outsourcing and everything.
Come on.
So the friend came upon the corpse in the trunk.
I got to go through this again. Medina
Medina.
was asked by Maldonado, who
Right.
texted him, offered him $200.
Yes.
Can you move the car?
It's so
Move it. Just move
apparently
the car.
said, sure.
Medina said, I didn't know there was a body in the trunk, and I asked a couple of teenagers to move the car for
Yeah.
me.
So
One
now,
of them offered quick cash to help move the car.
so I'm
To
guessing
who?
to the kids. So he
One
paid
of
the
the teenagers offered another friend.
Right.
So they delegated it down to
So I guess it starts with 200. Then Medina, I guess, is paying the first kid, I don't know, 50. And then this kid's paying the other one 20.
it's getting pretty thin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what
And
what is why doesn't someone just move the fucking car? Can you imagine how pissed Maldonado must be at Medina?
yeah. You
Motherfucker.
involved too many people, asshole. I
Asked
said
you to move the
you.
car?
I paid you $200 for you to move the car. Well,
I didn't know that they had a body had been put in there.
No, you didn't specify exactly who. You just wanted me to get it done. And I did it.
Funky Cole Medina.
That 200 is mine.
So
So anyway, one of so the second friend of the kid came upon the corpse in the trunk. So I did he leave it? They said that they found it with the stench and the flies. So because of the state of Mitchell's body was
corpse. I mean, like
that's what it says in this
by
last
the time
line.
you get but that's what I'm wondering. Like move
Yeah.
the car. What are you looking in my trunk for?
Yeah.
Medina.
Mind your own business.
You got to be careful who you deal with in this underworld, like if you want to
Well, yes.
Can you move the car? There's an Audi bay in the back, in the trunk.
Yeah.
And like it's really kind of important that you just handle this. I'm offering you $200 to move the car. There's a reason for that. You know how nobody ever offered you $200 to move a car before?
No.
Yeah. Well,
There's a body in there, isn't there?
yeah. Well, hey, I got a couple of teenagers to do it.
Yeah.
It's still going to come back to you, Medina.
Yes.
When they get caught, they're going to.
I'll get a couple of kids to do it. This just gets stupider and stupider.
And where were they moving it?
To wherever they found it, he wanted it in this out of the way place. And so, because of the state of Mitchell's body was found in, a cause of death could not be determined. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't understand this last sentence saying one of the kids found the corpse, but I guess they didn't say anything or turn it in.
I mean, like one of the teenagers, it's another friend. Hey man, you want to make some quick money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Help move the car. All right, man. Hey, what's that smell? It must have been that. What's that smell?
I guess.
Man, that stink back there,
But
man.
it's like, how long did Medina sit on this? He's like, oh shit, I forgot about the fucking car. I guess I'll pay some kids to do it.
Fuck, man, I can't do it now.
Yeah.
Just tell Maldonado.
And they're like, we can do it on the weekend because we got school. Okay.
All right, well, Tuesday now.
Yeah.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Exactly.
He ain't
So
going nowhere. Well,
yeah, it just sits where it is while she bakes in the sun.
this
Uh,
Medina is about a fuck up, though.
oh yeah, of all the friends for you to turn to, Maldonado, it wasn't him.
I mean, if you would have
So
given him $500, we might have gone through 13, 14 people. They just ran out of money. They could. It got to be financially like
the whole basketball team.
you can only spread that amount of money so far, until
And you can't expect quality service when you when you stretch it out like that.
how many teenagers does it take to move a fucking car?
Apparently two.
No, three. They asked another friend to help.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was teenagers.
Yeah. He asked a
Jeez.
couple of
Oh, and
teenagers
one
to
of
move
those
it.
teenagers offered another friend.
They brought a third guy in,
Yeah, that Medina didn't know about.
and that was fine. And that was the one that was going to be like,
Yeah, that's the
ah,
one. Wait a minute. I bet there's something in that trunk.
like, quit asking people.
So he
All
was
these other
not.
people willing to look the other way on that smell.
Yeah. So since they couldn't determine the cause of death, they didn't charge him with connection to her death. The jury found him guilty of tampering with evidence by concealing a corpse, a felony. He was sentenced on Tuesday to 120 days in jail, followed by 10 years probation.
What?
So he's walking, Pat. Well, this is like Casey Anthony, it's so obvious she killed that kid, but they couldn't determine how the kid died. So I don't know. We found her dead, wrapped up in duct tape,
What the fuck?
and this is so obvious he's paying these people to get rid of the car.
Unreal. Why is a
But
felony only 120 days in jail?
yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's on his record forever.
He'll never be able to vote
He
again.
can't vote. He can't own a firearm.
Well, he might color outside the lines a little bit.
Yeah, still get one, but I mean, not legally.
Well, he already killed who he wanted to kill. So
Yeah, I know. His problems are good. God, yes. Now, of course, should they? But I mean, how if they can't determine it now, they're never going to determine. So they said, "Well, I don't know how he killed her. I just know she's dead in the trunk of a car that he had moved." I just, but they never even charged him with the murder. They just went ahead and charged him with tampering with evidence.
usually that's they arrest them on that, and then they find a way to charge him with the murder.
Right, but I guess
He
the
just didn't
coroner,
crack under questioning.
like, right, he didn't crack, and the coroner, it's like, I don't know how he did it.
He got a lawyer who was
Yeah.
like, I was smart, telling him just don't say
Right.
shit, don't say shit.
Don't say
They
a
can't
word.
even
Say
determine the
nothing at
cause
all.
of death.
Yeah,
They can't even charge you with this shit. He's like,
that's right.
I had a dead body in my fucking trunk.
Yeah, it don't matter.
They're gonna charge me. No.
Yeah.
They can't determine cause of death.
They can charge you with having a dead body in the trunk, yes. They can't charge you with murder because they can't tell you how she died. For all we know, she had a heart attack and fell asleep in the trunk, and you just wanted to get rid of the car.
For all we know, fucking
It
Chauvin
stunk.
fucking kneeled on his neck.
Yes, that,
Yeah.
You watch that and there's I forget the damn name of the movie, but it shows in depth the body cam footage of that day and all that stuff in conjunction with the body cam of an arrest that George Floyd had a year before. It's almost the exact same event takes place. He swallowed the drugs, he got the Narcan fast enough that time, and then he's doing it again here in that one, and he didn't get the Narcan. So he died.
No, instead he got the knee to the throat.
It had nothing to do with it. Plus, then the rest of the footage shows that the paramedics were grossly incompetent. They were getting out the supplies and stuff, and it's actually one of the officers trying to save George Floyd. He's the one giving him CPR and shit because they're like, "Oh, it's still this thing is in the plastic bag," and
I saw that Elon wants Trump to pardon him, which would be the most base thing that ever occurred.
He absolutely should. And I mean, why not? I mean, what, fuck everybody. He should. This is ridiculous. We can't, you got to stop this political prisoner shit
Yeah, I know. I
and
know.
just say what it is. He died of a drug overdose. He died as he lived. Like,
Imagine how bad his body would have stank
oh, yes.
if it was in the trunk of a car.
Yeah.
Big garbage can like that.
Yeah. Instead, you know, his body was removed rather quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just all the cases and stuff that should get attention don't, and then this shit, and we got to burn the country down over it.
The world.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I don't really care about the world so much, but
no, I mean, because I only live here. But I mean, good God, yeah, yeah, never gonna forgive them for this. No,
never.
never. You know, and they still show you their shit. What's her face saying, "Oh, I hope that little boy doesn't grow up to be an officer who later commits suicide, being attacked by Trump supporters."
That bitch is about a smart ass. I've seen her talk a couple of times.
Oh yeah, Nicole Wallace. She's a piece of shit. Yeah, she was one that was really big in the GOP and operative George Bush and all that. Then she got a job at MSNBC, and suddenly she can do a 180. They're all fake pieces of shit.
I mean, how conservative would she have to be under George Bush, though?
Yeah, that's true. But still,
Very
it's
deep.
just they're absolute fake shit. So the
I like this. I really like this
yes,
headline.
the quote is, "Oh, you didn't find her? Husband says he killed wife after she rambled at him for hours, dumped remains in cornfield." Jeez. She just wouldn't shut up.
What a nice home right there.
Yeah, it is nice. It looks
Well, you want, he might have killed his wife. He's got a nice home.
yes, it's clean.
Yeah, it's
So
very
nice.
clean.
The
Looks like it's been
lawn is
power
well
washed.
groomed and manicured.
Yeah. But there's a cornfield back there? Damn.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of dark back there, but I assume he's got a cornfield out there. So authorities in Wisconsin arrested a 70-year-old man after he allegedly killed his wife before disposing of her body in a cornfield. That's like the bad kid from the Twilight Zone episode. Send him to the cornfield. Send him to the cornfield. You're a bad man. A very bad man. Anyway, Gordon Charles Laxo stands accused of first-degree intentional homicide, domestic abuse by strangulation and suffocation, and hiding a corpse in the death of his wife, 68-year-old Mary Laxo in New Richmond, located in western Wisconsin.
Do you ever think that maybe with old people, it should just be basically, you know,
It was about to end anyway, so
yeah, they're both obsolete. Why not just have it be like purge? You know what I mean?
yes,
Like once you hit 70, you can kill somebody or you can be killed
yeah,
if they just don't investigate it.
right. I don't know. Because now it's like we're gonna lock you up. Well, I got
Oh,
about 2 years left anyway.
that's fine with me, but also just like even like what happens is, you know, you're born, you mature, you become, you know, at some point you become superfluous to this planet because you're no longer of child creating years, you know, and
Right. Your
yeah,
purpose has been served.
your purpose has been served. You become yeah, you become pointless, and then you degenerate and die. And at what point are you worthless? You know, I mean, be as young as 50 for women, way earlier.
Yeah.
You know, guys can still shoot seed in a woman
Yes.
potentially. I mean, it's not out of the question that I could even have a kid still.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't recommend it, but
Childbearing years woman, you know, once
yeah.
take a load and
I must
got
leave
it.
an heir.
An air. I don't know. Maybe that's not a very popular. Probably. I mean, like people love their grannies and stuff, but
Well, yeah, there's people going to be upset that she's dead, I'm assuming, of course. Unless maybe not. Sometimes you get these stories and they're like, he did the world a favor.
yeah.
It's like, good Lord, how many? This guy must have been a piece of shit. But
Yeah,
probably
her
not in
neighbor,
this case.
relatives remembered her as a bitch. She was
Even the
remembered
church
as like,
hated her.
she was just really sticking her nose in everybody's business.
If she would just shut up, but she never learned. The
Isn't
New
about it.
Richmond Police Department said in a press release that officers received a call around 1:45 p.m. on Sunday about a possible domestic disturbance at the Laxo home. The 911 caller said Gordon Laxo made concerning statements earlier in the day that he may have harmed his wife. Cops went to the home in the 13 block of Bluff Border
Wait.
Road.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Who reported that he made these statements?
The 911 caller. So whoever called 911. So I'm guessing probably a neighbor or a friend that this guy spoke to said, I may have hurt my wife.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just concerning statements that he may have harmed his wife. I might have heard her.
I'm a little concerned the way
Why
he
the
said that.
Fuck would you project that?
You see, Gordon, if you had shut up, you might have just said, I don't know. She just disappeared.
How do you find the best stories?
Thank you. Cops went to the home in the 13 block of Bluff Border Road and found Gordon Laxo, but not his wife. They also could not reach her by phone. A little more than 2 hours later, officers found Mary Laxo's body on the edge of a cornfield.
It's a fucking, it's a cell hell out there.
Yeah, it's like maybe you should have gone a little further in. Rural area of Polk County, which is north of Rio Richmond. Yeah, a criminal complaint obtained by what? Ew, Claire. Okay, I don't know. So, an NBC News affiliate. When cops made initial contact with the suspect, he claimed his wife rambled at him for 7 hours and then started hitting him. This could be self-defense.
Yeah.
He said things got out of hand, but didn't know what else to say to cops.
I don't know what else to tell you.
No.
Sure, he said something like that.
She wouldn't shut up.
You know it's a strong verb when they quote it.
Yeah.
His wife, quote, rambled at him. and God bless them for including that detail. So a bunch of old guys can go, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no.
It's a cautionary tale.
Oh my God. It's like, well, yeah, that does happen.
They do get like that.
They will not stop yapping them jaws. Gordon Laxo initially stated that he knew his wife was dead, and instead of taking her to the hospital, he panicked and dumped her body. Then he reportedly began packing a suitcase and told cops he was going with them. Well, I don't think you need a suitcase. They'll provide you with something to wear at your new home.
Pack the suitcase.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going with you.
Well, during a search of the home, cops allegedly found bloody gloves.
These people really are salt of the earth out.
I know this is
cornfield shit, right?
For those of you listening, you should check out our show we do together on Pat Dixon's Rumble channel, Late as Fuck, where we watch the video of a guy who murdered his wife and in-laws, and he was very matter of fact and forthcoming and very polite to the officer.
Shot him in the head.
He said,
the cops.
They disrespected me, and I couldn't take it, so I shot him in the head.
And then he even further told him, you shouldn't put me in with anybody.
Yeah, because I don't give a shit no more, and I'm probably going to kill him.
I mean, what a sport. And
he also said one of the officers that Sergeant Beatles, you better watch that boy. He's a problem. He got a mean streak in him. It's like, take it from one who knows.
This guy, though, I mean, same thing. Like,
yes, same kind of thing. Well, she got on my nerves and she hit me.
it is like good thinking though. Like if they, they take all your shit and then the day you get out, you get it back. So if you put some stuff in there that you're gonna need, like a cell phone, a charger, and shit.
But he's looking at murder charges and he's 70. I mean,
Oh, right. He
he's
might not
not
be.
getting out. So just leave the suitcase. You're not seeing that again.
Let them determine cause of death.
Yeah. Well, it said they found bloody gloves and several firearms. So I'm assuming he shot her. When detectives asked him where she was, he allegedly responded, "Oh, you didn't find her?"
Never mind all that.
Asked to clarify, he reportedly said, "She's dead." So officers took him to the St. Croix County Jail, where he remains on $1 million bond.
Yeah, I'll be damned if I would fucking impose a bond for some 70-year-old fucker who just didn't want his wife talking to him anymore.
Damn, I wonder what started that whole thing. It probably doesn't matter. It was just one more thing,
Rambling.
God. She rambled for 7 hours.
Ramble on.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, so he's going to prison.
She did not expect that, did she?
I don't think so. No.
She did not expect that. I mean, this guy just, yeah. I mean, she's rambled it for hours before. Has to.
Oh yeah. This was yet another one of these little spats they have. They go on for 7 hours.
Something about this day.
Yeah, just like, no, I'm done.
Seriously, I can't do this today.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
And that was that.
Where was this? Is New Richmond?
New Richmond, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, and it's spring too. It's just gonna get nice. It's pretty cold up there.
Yeah. But
yeah, it hadn't been the same since Aaron Rodgers got traded.
Yeah. So honey, not today. Damn it.
All they care about up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that. But again, he said she hit him. So why can't he use the self-defense argument like we were talking? Again, also check out Pat Dixon's New York City crime report at censored.tv. Where
did we do enough shows together?
Yeah. Quite a few. I lose count. But there was a case of a woman who murdered her father, and she said, well, he gets belligerent when he's drunk.
He took a swing at me.
Yeah, he took a swing at her. So she stabbed him multiple times.
The chest and back.
So, well, we'll have to investigate. No, it's obvious.
It's still, it's quite obvious. He wasn't even inside her apartment. He was like, dad was like over there, but whatever.
Yeah. So I like, oh, well, but of course, all you got to do is reverse the genders,
Right. Lost miles on the vagina, just like it's.
Well, look, that's where the babies come from. They're precious. We're expendable. Mom sentenced for running over her daughter during a game that caused her skull to be exposed. Now, already you could see, I'm assuming the car running over this child cracked open the child's skull, but it's during a game that caused her skull to be exposed. So you got a kid laying on the ground getting the skull exposed, and mom decides, well, maybe if I run her over, that'll fix it. I don't know.
A game caused her skull to be exposed.
Yes, this is
what game causes that?
This is badly written.
That is the worst headline maybe I've ever read.
Yeah, that's really stupid.
Mom sentenced for running over her daughter. A game that caused her skull to be exposed. Let's see how they'd make that work.
It's the cracking skull game. So there she is. She looks really upset in her mugshot. A 27-year-old mother will spend the next several years behind bars for running over. Say again?
Several.
Yeah,
I sentenced you to
just
several years.
Several years. We'll figure it out later. For running over her 8-year-old daughter in an apartment parking lot while she claimed they were playing a game. So I guess the car running over the that's supposed
Can you
to be
scroll
some.
back up again? I'm sorry. Was it? Did it give the? Okay, go ahead. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
So her 8-year-old daughter.
8-year-old daughter, and she said, "Well, we were playing a game." Jasmine White was sentenced to 4 years. That's it. And the St. Joseph County Jail will have 2 years probation following her release. Court records show she entered into a plea agreement in January for charges relating to child neglect. Well, so probable cause.
She neglected not to run her over.
Southbound police department officers responded to a crash at the Cedar Glen apartments and found an 8-year-old girl bleeding severely in the parking lot. Paramedics transported her to a hospital in critical condition where she received treatment for skull fractures, the loss of 5 teeth, and other abrasions. The affidavit says the girl sustained a large facial laceration that had exposed a portion of the front of her skull.
The tooth fairy is going to be overwhelmed.
Yes, she's going to make some bank off of that.
Portion of the front of her skull.
Right. So that means the laceration would have been like in her forehead.
Neglectful parents.
And you could see the skull coming through it. Witnesses told police they saw the victim, identified as NT. I guess that's just the initials they gave her to protect her identity. I don't know. And her siblings running alongside White's Chevy Equinox when NT's foot became caught under a tire and she was dragged down with her face hitting the pavement, causing the most severe injuries.
Oh.
Well, NT's 4-year-old sibling told interviewers that their sister was holding on to the window when she fell, though others said the door handle. Okay. A 5-year-old claimed White had locked the car and everyone was trying to get in, then drove away fast. White's 6-year-old child said White routinely plays this game, where she races the kids to the car, locks the doors, and acts as though she's going to leave them behind.
Then she did drive away.
Yeah. Oh, the kids, however, don't like the game and are afraid they will get stranded. Well, there was something else to be afraid of. The apartment.
Yeah, shit. They don't think that's a fun game at all.
No, they didn't.
I'm going to run off and leave you kids. Mom, don't. They're running for their lives to try to. Please don't leave us, Mom.
Jet.
It's already a mean game.
Yes. It's weird psychological torture.
White's 6-year-old child said White routinely. First of all, what kind of kid uses the word routinely?
I don't think the kid did.
White's 6-year-old child said White, quote, routinely plays this game where she races the kids to the car, locks the doors, and acts as though she is going to leave them behind.
Yeah, that's
what the fuck?
Is this a 6-year-old child prodigy genius or something? Mama does this all the time. Plays the game, make us think she's gonna leave us. Yeah, that's probably how it went.
It's probably quoting the affidavit, but it should say that.
Yeah, right.
Because otherwise,
the report is like the officer saying this is what the kid explained, not in these words. So it's quoting the affidavit, not the child. It's a stupidly written article. The headline was already stupid.
True crime news.
True crime news. Just true crime news written badly. The apartment manager shared video footage from the parking lot that showed the children approaching White's vehicle as she backs out of a parking space. NT reportedly held onto the door while White continued driving away. NT remained in the hospital for several days following the incident, but was stabilized and eventually released.
Oh, I figured she was dead.
No, she did survive. She just had her skull opened.
Maybe it's not too unreasonable. 4 years.
Yeah, but good God, what weird treatment. I mean, of course, we don't see. I mean, I doubt they would let her have custody back of the children again after something like this.
I'm
But
sure they will, though. I mean, she
yeah, I mean, she's
probably
only
loved
going to
her,
do 2 years.
and she just was being, really
Really,
sadistic and stupid.
yeah, she's messed up and stupid. I don't think she should be anywhere near these kids,
I
but
agree.
she's a mother.
What? How many kids is it?
She's the 8-year-old, the 4-year-old, the 6-year-old. So I guess 5-year-old. So four kids.
4 kids. She's 27.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, someone needs to be held accountable for all this.
The fathers.
Yes. Is it 4 fathers? Could be 3. Maybe even 2, but
Could be one.
damn, how does this keep happening?
Jesus.
Oh man. Yeah.
Well,
We're just,
motherhood is just out. I mean, it's just
it's stressful. It's difficult. And sometimes you gotta try to make it fun with games.
it's the hardest job there is.
That's what I hear. Well, girlfriend arrested, accomplice wanted after missing man's mummified remains found in grave.
But enough about Gene Hackman.
Oh God, what a weird thing that was. Shit.
Still
Yeah.
is. I don't know. What the guy-
I still don't know. I mean, at one point they were saying carbon monoxide, then it's saying, well, it was a suicide, murder they did do because they had enough. I don't know.
What the hell is holding her face there?
I guess it's the
Chimp?
it looks like black surgical gloves.
It looks like a gorilla is holding her face.
I'm checking for fleas. Ticks.
Stick your
So-
face up. Gorilla,
Stay
hold her
still.
face.
So
Or is that her hand?
no, I think it's the officer making her.
What kind of picture is that? Look
I
at
guess
that.
you
Her
wouldn't
chin
stop
looks like a set
moving.
of balls. Doesn't it looks like a tiny little set of balls? What's wrong with this lady?
So an accomplice.
Guy's mummified remains.
Yeah, I guess this is the victim who's the accomplice still at large, while the girlfriend of the man whose mummified remains were found in a shallow grave is the girlfriend's in custody. Okay, officials in January 2024 received a report that 47-year-old Matthew Clark disappeared following an argument he had with his live-in girlfriend, 38-year-old Sophia Furman. Is that Sophia? Oof. Clark's brother told the sheriff's office Furman had recently sold Clark's vehicle and other property, and Furman possibly had something to do with the disappearance. Several months later, in June 2024, the San Joaquin Sheriff's Office located Clark's truck in their jurisdiction. Sacramento County Sheriff's Office detectives recovered the vehicle and found 42-year-old Jerry Mulford's fingerprints inside.
Jerry Mulford's the kind of name that, if you wrote a fiction story and used the name Jerry Mulford, that's too bullshit sounding,
Yeah, you got to do better than that.
Yeah, for a guy that's just like a schlubby dude that's like dating this exotic looking but murderous young woman.
Yeah. Investigators interviewed Furman, who was in custody for an unrelated crime. You don't say. And she reportedly claimed she did not know where Clark was. Furman allegedly told officials she believed Clark was likely in a rehabilitation facility.
Like, nigga, I'm in custody. How do you think I know where he is?
I ain't killing nobody. I'm in jail. According to the sheriff's office, further investigation revealed that in December 2023, Furman allegedly shot Clark after an argument, and his body was likely buried on U Street in Rio Linda. In December 2024, the sheriff's office and FBI evidence response team executed a search warrant on the property and found Clark's mummified remains in a shallow grave. A forensic pathologist determined Clark sustained at least 5 gunshot wounds, and his death was ruled a homicide. So you see, once that the evidence like that is there, you can charge murder. But if they just found his dead body and there was no signs of trauma or anything, she'd be getting off with just, tampering with evidence.
I don't think that's a trend that's going to catch on.
Let's hope not. The sheriff's office obtained an arrest warrant for Herman on charge of murder and for Mulford for accessory after the fact. She probably paid him $200 to get rid of the truck, Deputies arrested Furman at her home in Sacramento on December 23rd, 2024. She remains held in Sacramento County Jail without bail and is scheduled to appear in court. Mulford has not yet been found. Investigators believe he might have fled the state, or perhaps he too is in a shallow grave. So she looks uncooperative. That's the surgical glove holding her face. You're going to pose for the mugshot, bitch. And so, but still, it's not entirely, because, it makes it look like her chin there is a nutsack.
Yeah.
That's not very flattering.
Not at all.
Jays, boy, poor Matthew Clark sure knew how to pick him. I mean, I know you want pussy. I understand, but Jesus, you really got to think this through.
A lot of fish in the sea. And one that's not dangerous.
If it's one that says, "Hey, I'll pay for your drugs," that's not a good way to start the relationship. So, Pat, I'm an artist, and so this really hits close to home. It's really hard to hear about an artist having hitting hard times in their career. So, apparently, for some reason, Hunter Biden can't sell his paintings anymore. I mean, he was bringing in millions with those paintings, and suddenly, can't do it.
It's Trump's America.
Yeah.
They just don't believe in the arts.
That's right. There's no support for the arts from the MAGA crowd. And this is clear evidence of that. Hunter Biden is struggling to make money and is now requesting to drop a lawsuit he filed in 2023 on account of his lack of funds. It's all the money that flew through his hands and he's broke. It all went up his nose and into the hands of whores. So Biden outlined his precarious financial situation exacerbated by the recent Pacific Palisades fire and a sudden inability to sell his paintings and books. So, since late 2023 and through today, my income has decreased significantly. He was selling his painting.
Motherfucker, you're never going to want for anything, okay? You'll be fine. Biden's going to kick off any day now.
And he's trying to, I'm sure this is going to go for bankruptcy, so he doesn't have to pay any debts and whatnot. Oh, I'm broke.
Yeah.
He said in his 2 main sources of income, selling his paintings and copies of his memoir, Beautiful Things. Beautiful things. But his income has dried up in recent months. In the 2 to 3 years prior to December 2023, I sold 27 pieces for art at an average price of $54,481.
I sold 27 pieces for art?
Yeah, for art. I think that, obviously this is also not getting it right. Pieces of art. Yeah, man. Yeah, knowing him, he probably got it wrong too. But
for art,
average
price. So he was averaging $55,000 a painting.
Yeah.
Since then, I've only sold 1 piece of art for $36,000. How will you get by?
You're gonna sneeze.
How will you survive?
Oh my God! If you're able to sell $36,000 per painting, you're doing pretty fucking good.
I mean, the motherfucker, poor guy. He'd only sold 27 times 55,000 for the last 2 years. I mean, I'm pretty slow with my math, but that
It's
seems like
pretty,
a lot of money.
yeah. Of course, the big guy probably wanted his cut.
Well, it's well over a million and a
Yeah, I know
quarter.
there still should be some left there, but he's irresponsible. Similarly, for my book sales in the 6 month period before the statements, April 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2023, based on the September 30th, 2023 statement, 3,161 copies of my book were sold. But in the 6 months after the statements, only approximately 1,100 books were sold. Oh,
Okay, damn, man, they're down by a third.
people just don't like beautiful things. Given
How
the
many were
positive,
you expecting to sell? You think it's going to pick up?
the main sales would come for people who want to buy access, but there's nothing to access now.
Right. There's,
So, you know, the gig is over.
yeah, man, it's a time to find a new,
There's nothing
scam.
else. So this is it.
Find a
You
new
know,
scam.
once Joe's gone, that's it for the Biden empire or dynasty. Given the positive feedback and reviews of my artwork and memoir, I was expecting to obtain paid speaking engagements, and paid appearances, but that has not happened. They could talk about putting M&Ms on your penis, stuff like that.
Show up in a pair of tidy whities, smoking crack.
Yeah, with
How
your
many
scarf.
pictures again do you need
Yeah, there
of
you
yourself
go.
in your underwear smoking crack? He painted those. If he painted self portraits of himself in his underwear smoking crack,
Yeah,
that would sell. That would fucking
it
sell.
would.
But he's trying to like fucking put this nice, hey, beautiful things.
I
Good
know.
junkie whoremonger.
Piece of shit. So ultimately, this dismissal is necessary so I can focus my time and resources dealing with my relocation, the damage I and my family have incurred due to the Pacific Palisades fires,
Oh wow!
and paying for my family's living expenses as opposed to this litigation.
Oh, whose fault is it that so much shit got damaged in the? Okay.
Yeah, I know. There was something about dealing with the overgrowth that can become a fuel for wildfires. Apparently, a certain party and political mindset decided to keep that left alone
Yeah.
year after year of wildfires, and now they had a
Burn
big
down
one.
your whole situation over there, didn't it?
But on the plus side, a lot of damaging evidence, I imagine, was also going up in smoke too. So yeah, obviously the whole scam is over. This is how you're able to launder money. I'm buying art when you really want to have access to favors from his dad when he was in the Senate, when he was vice president, and then president. And now he's none of those. It's over. It started out with Joe and his brother. As soon as Joe got into Congress, suddenly his brother is a consultant. You see, he had a consulting business.
Yeah, yeah.
And it grew from there. And really, what happened for Hunter, despite his jealousy of his brother was the better of the two and probably had a political career ahead of him had he not died of brain cancer. So if he was alive, then Hunter would be the shitty brother who runs the consulting firm like his uncle did. And then they could have kept going, but brother died.
There's only like one worth a damn Biden per generation.
Apparently. And I mean, he came from
that,
Joe Biden. So
please,
I don't know. We'll
it's
never
questionable.
know. Yeah.
Questionable.
How good was
There's
he?
there's probably never been a worth a damn Biden for a long time.
The only thing is at least he served in the military. The rest of them never did.
That
And
was
that's what I think.
Was that Bo Biden?
Bo Biden. Yeah. And damn, he did have a political office. But he died. And then and to deal with his grief over that, Hunter decided to fuck his brother's widow.
That was Luke Biden.
Luke Biden. No.
Oh, Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden.
Hunter fucked Bo's wife.
You're thinking of the Duke boy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, boy, when Bo died, Luke decided to start fucking Daisy.
Probably as he was dying too.
Yes. Well, he's in the deathbed. They're fucking
I just
in the love seat.
I'm all for keeping it in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they do things over there in Hazardous.
I was trying to comfort her, and I took her in the shower. She's 12. She needs help in the shower.
By the way, my painting that depicts it's a triptych that depicts these events. Will be at the gallery. This for sale. Oh, well.
Done paintings of the word access.
Just write the word access, and there you go.
Yeah.
Just say, you know what? Fuck yeah, I did it. I got a pardon. Who gives a shit anymore?
Yeah, just like these really like just fuck you paintings, like handshakes and stuff like that. You know,
It's got President Xi on there and shit like that.
I'll tell you what. No, I'll do a portrait. I'll paint you sitting with my dad.
Oh God! So great stories, a lot of fun, always fun hanging out with Pat, and I hope you all enjoyed it as well. Yes. So of course, check out Late as Fuck on Rumble with Pat Dixon. If you show up there, yeah, when I can. Yeah, this is the opening. Will explain maybe Douglas Nelson.
You don't oversleep. It's hard to get up by 11 p.m.
I know. I might be unconscious or I might be at work. So that's how this goes. And then, of course, New York City Crime Report at, now Compound, Censor.tv, but Censor.tv will get you there. And if you're not a subscriber already, do subscribe and use the promo code PAT, P-A-T, and it would be greatly appreciated. And we'll see you there. And leave comments and all that good stuff. It's fun. So I guess this concludes this edition of Nailsin Show. We'll do it again soon. Have a good night, everybody.
Creepy and weird. Sluts selling butts, them buttholes done been sold. Dogs breeding like bugs, rabbits with coat hangers. Killers killing and killing and killing. Nailsin News. Where'd all the money go? Ain't nobody gonna know. Trust your meat to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing. Nailsin News.
The views and opinions expressed during the Mr. Nailsin Show do not necessarily reflect those held by RadioMisfits.com. So, any complaints and or comments should be sent to @MrNailsin on Twitter, where they will be promptly ignored and or blocked.
Go, ain't nobody gonna know. Do you trust your meat to take a walk down the street while killers be killing and killing and killing? Nailsin.